Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum viewers. In this session, we will learn some more things which are related to our ongoing enhancement of this system. Cell order entry system is very significant. So it requires a lot of care um, while you are developing, making sure that there are no loopholes left, no chances of errors or duplication entries, or chances of the things like you miss some mandatory data, some very important elements of data which are left blank, and so you have to do the testing. So here comes the importance and significance of your quality assurance of your the product which you are developing, and the product which is going to be used by others, and that that would leave a good impression if you the more you do the quality assurance at your own level, and the lesser will be the upcoming queries from the user. So that so we have to make sure, being developer, we have to make sure that uh, the most of the things are catered and they are tested prior to deploying it to the production environment with the users, right? So in this case, the important thing is the UAT also. UAT is actually user acceptance test, you know. So, so with the close interaction with the end user, you are supposed to have the session with the users and take a documentary evidence from them that they are satisfied, they have checked with you, all the things are working well. Okay. So some very most of the things, first of all, the developer has to ensure, instead of leaving the things open-ended, and later on the blame games starts. This is the normal issues in the life of a developer. So um to avoid such all confusion later on, so this is important that we do as much as possible the correction at our own level before showing it to the user. And later on with the user, we do the user acceptance, right? So we will such as, so this error, as you can see, it happens when you have the issue that your OneDrive is paused. So it has to be connected. Once it is connected, and you will see that the value here, all the ticks should be appearing here, right? So when the ticks are displayed, as you can see, their ticks are not yet displayed here. These all should be resolved uh, into the ticks like this. You know? The ticks are being placed, but uh, it takes time depending upon the quantity of the files you have stored in the folder. So it takes some time, and so as soon as the tick comes, so your error will resolve itself, right? So you might have to press F5 for refresh, right? So that the ticks go, and you might have to save the file as well, right? So that the ticks come. Sometimes the ticks are not coming because the file is in use. Now it is being used. Okay, so we can try again and adding a new lesson, right? So it is, since the ticks are still not there, so this is also a learning that the OneDrive refresh has to be done. So let's close this file and reload it with the saving in. So this will, before we close it, let's remove this line so that mm, we, when we open, we don't have to remove it. Okay, so we close it and we see that this gets ticked off or not. So this ticking tells you that your OneDrive is synchronized, right? Now this is synchronized, right? This is now synchronized, and now you can open the file, right? You can open the file, and this time when you start and add a new lesson, so it is going to work it out for you. So this is also some experience which I wanted you to share with you. It means OneDrive has its own some do's and don'ts. We have to keep an eye on it that these are synchronized. Whenever a synchronization problem occurs, you will have in the status bar some indication that your files are not yet synchronized. So we have to keep an eye so that in order to prevent any problems, right? Okay, so we log in and we go back to where we were. We were adding a new lesson. Okay, right. So this time it managed to generate the new lesson here. Okay, so so we are now going to see one thing that we have to fine tune, remove the chances of errors, right? Or some logical error which are on the part of the developer. These have to be done. Hmm? Otherwise, when you without considering them, if you develop it and deploy it to the production, the questions will raise on the capability of the programmer, and the people would ask you. That would be a shame. That would be that would result in embarrassment for the program, that the things which should have been taken care, catered the professional developer were not done. So to avoid such things, we have to be careful while developing it. Just for example, uh, in the 80, number 80, this is an existing order, right? And in here, we have left all these things enabled. When an order which is already shipped, there shouldn't be any possibility that somebody comes and changes it. Once it is already shipped and invoiced, so all these things have to be made read-only, right? So let's do it. And another thing is that there have to be a shipping company. It was left blank, if you can remember. Yeah, it was left blank previously. And so I went to some other order and made a copy and put it here and then updated it. So that's was done. Okay. So this should not be left blank. Once the shipment is marked, so there is no point that we have a shipper blank or the shipment fee blank, right? So these have to be mandatory. So how to do this? Let's go to the form, yeah, and go to the developer tab and go to the sale order form, yeah. In this sale order form, So this is the point where we enter an existing sale order, right? So if we are in an edit mode and the thing is already shaped, if the order is not new, it is shaped or closed or whatever. So all these things should be made disabled, right? So we double click in here. So this is, as soon as it is updated, right? It is updated, that the order is new, that's fine, okay? So the new order is, it is fine. And if it is not new, if it is not new, then what is to be done? If the order is not new, so this is the place where we want everything to be disabled so that the shipped document cannot be changed, the closed document cannot be changed. It should be disabled, right? So let's write an else condition here. This is the else condition in which we will say, so this is the position where we are going to disable all the controls which are related to the shipping, like this, right? Even the customer and customer representative and all these things have to be disabled, right? So what we do is we take ship wire, yeah, we take the text box order date, yeah, the order date and employee that's right, salesperson tax, yeah. So we have to take all these things. So let's take this one, yeah, text text box of order date, for example. Let's just start with this. So we will do this text box of order date dot enabled is equal to false. So this way, we are preventing any changes in the order date. So what is the next? The next thing is that we also do not want, once it is a customer, it is an existing order, so we don't want even the customer to be changed. Once it is already invoiced and the order is all or paid already, or it is closed, right? So enabled is equal to dot enabled is equal to false. Okay, and bring all these things. I bring all these things and we'll get back to you. Okay. So I wanted to show you how I was doing it. Means I brought all these variables containing commands in here temporarily, and then I copied this part, right? Control C, and then what I did here is Shift and N, press Control V like this. Okay, here. Now Shift V. Okay, Shift and N and Control V. The Shift V is done. Now the Shift City, Control V. Right. So this is the quickest way of the developer. They often need the time saving tips. So that's why I tried, I decided to show this to you so that maybe it will, this idea of editing may help you. Okay. So this is how you quickly do all this disabling of all these controls, right? So these are disabled. So, so, so it's always good to check as soon as you make such a change. So it is always good that you uh, see that the behavior of the system is as per your uh, desires and as per what you wanted, right? And in case there is anything adjustment needed, then you can do this. So this is an existing scenario. You see now all these information are now disabled now. No chances for anybody to change it, right? So you can view these details and you get them. Also, you would want this. This is very important to be disabled too as well. Because leaving this enabled will invoke a chance that the user start entering the items, making changes in the items, line items to an order which is already shipped. So let's go there. This is prod, right? The prod should also be disabled. So press Alt F11 and we will write here the prod. So let's proclaim prod dot enabled equal to false. Okay, so in case anything when you are so there's no chance that uh, any line item is changed or added. Okay, let's see it again, run it, and this is here we are going to take the existing one, for example, 81, 80, press enter. Right, so, and this is now disabled. Nobody can enter anything because the order is already shipped. That's right. So this is how you are supposed to do the testing and seeing that and prevent, eliminate all the singless elements of the information which can the error, eliminate all the errors. Even a slightest chance of an error can jeopardize whole of your system. So this is how we do, means we keep an eye and keep watching that which information is supposed to be enabled and which information is supposed to be disabled, right? So since this is already shipped, these information, although these are already calculated things and so on. So this can also be disabled. This can also be disabled and the nodes can be left open, okay, right? And since it is not yet paid, so these are the total amount, total discount, and net amount should be there. So we will do this. Okay, if we will dispose, we will dispose. I leave this for as your homework. You may try to do this. Okay, so and do let me have your feedback that how was this learning experience, and if you want anything, any clarifications or some more elaboration, we can do this. The don't worry about the long number of the parts. It's already part 52, 53 going on. You don't, as long as we are learning and we are making the system, we are making the enhancement into the system and we are learning from it. So this is a utility and it has its own benefits to learn. Okay, so I am receiving the queries that how many parts are left for sale order processing entry, how many more parts to come. So for your information is that most of the things we have uh, covered. The next few things are related to the validation and error trapping, and so that making our system foolproof, does not crash. One more thing is that there should not be a multiple selection enabled. Yeah. So such things we have to check it out, right? Uh, because we should make sure that uh, no unforeseen thing is left behind before we proceed to the next point. Okay, so we have completed our today's agenda, what we had. So see you in our next session. Inshallah, we will further come up with more things and more informations for the developer, for the beginners, which they should take care, especially for the validations and the enhancement of the code. Okay, thank you very much for joining. See you in our next session.